Candidate throws their hat in the ring for Nebraska's 2nd congressional district. Today, Democrat James Leuschen launched his campaign. He says he's running for Congress because, quote, he knows firsthand what Nebraska families are up against. Leuschen is an Omaha native and an economic policy expert. He has served 2 decades in a senior leadership role on Capitol Hill, including as policy director to former House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer. According to his campaign, he also worked with late Congressman Brad Ashford to deliver a new VA medical facility in Omaha that now serves tens of thousands of veterans each year.